that up closer so that I can hear you.
How about that?
Hey, how about that?
Might,
Does it need to be a little tighter?
might need to be a little tighter. I don't know how to do that.
I don't either. I just work here.
That feels okay.
Okay, good. Yeah, just lean in a little bit.
All right.
You're tall.
I'm tall.
You're tall.
I can make it work.
You can make it work.
Yeah.
Justin Olson
Yes.
from Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital, which is coming to Wesley Chapel.
Yes, we are. We're very excited.
We are thrilled to have you.
Yep.
It is such a need in our community. It's going to help the kids from the north come down so they don't have to go so far to St. Pete.
Yeah.
What made you guys decide on Wesley Chapel?
Well, it's a good question. We, a couple of years ago, did a strategic plan. And part of that was we wanted to really make Johns Hopkins All Children's easy. And so we said, what does that mean for our families? And that means close to where they live, providing that expert care that doesn't take hours to get to, right? So we really looked at the entire west coast of Florida and said, where do we need to go to meet that need? And so, as you already know, North Tampa Wesley Chapel just popped right up as a place that has rapid growth going on with kids, and something that we really realized that's the destination that needs to have a children's hospital. So that's what set it in motion, and we started planning it from there.
So it's going to be a full service hospital, right?
It is going to be a full service pediatric hospital, yes.
And so like all the specialties for children that we would normally go down to St. Pete for, we're now going to have in our community.
Absolutely. We are a little different than we've done in the past. We are actually hiring physicians directly to live in this market, to be part of this community, and to take care of kids. So we will be building what we call our subspecialty base, all those providers that are in St. Pete, and we will continue to rely on the St. Pete team for some help and some specialized programs, but certainly we will be finding a good set of providers that can live in this community and take care of the kids of this community.
That's an awesome model.
Yeah.
Because you want your physicians to be here and you want them to be close by and understand the difference in our communities.
Right.
So that's super exciting. How many physicians are you going to?
Well, it's sort of one of those things that's always ongoing. To start, we'll have maybe 40 to 50 providers that will be a part of the team, including some what we call APPs or advanced practice providers will also be part of that team. So that'll be the starting place. But, honestly, we bought enough land that we can grow for a long time. So if we need to add more, we certainly will.
Well, speaking of the land, you are in Connected Cities.
We are.
Which is right off of Overpass in 75. Is it part of the Two Rivers project or is it Connected Cities? How?
It technically is in the Connected Cities district. I don't believe it to be part of the Two Rivers project.
Okay.
And so we bought 112 acres, of which we will take the south parcel that runs along Overpass Road, which is 30 acres. That's going to give us a footprint that we can have a long-term growth. So we've really looked at this on a 30-year sort of time horizon and said, if growth continues, how big will we need to be? How many medical office buildings will we need? All that type of stuff. So we've really tried to take that land and maximize its value for the next 30 or 40 years.
That's incredible. It's always great when a developer actually thinks about the future rather than just the right now and we've got plans for growth. I mean, as you can see, Advent's had, I think, 3 additions to their building. Now we have Baycare and Orlando Health and Johns Hopkins All Children. Yep. So we are very quickly becoming a healthcare hub.
Absolutely. And I think, that's, again, just about the rapid growth and the need to have, no one wants to travel for healthcare. And so it's just, I think, meeting that need, certainly.
So you are the chief operating officer for the whole system?
I am. I have the Johns Hopkins All Children.
Yes.
Part of the system.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
Yes. But yes, I have the privilege of serving as the COO.
How did you get into this line of work?
Well, it's kind of interesting, and we're going to have to go back. But, in high school, I took a healthcare class and realized I wanted to work in healthcare, but I didn't really want to be a provider. But they didn't talk about, hey, there's a whole business side of hospitals.
Right.
And so when I was a freshman in college, I was actually working at the hospital part-time, and I saw an administrator walk by, and I was like, who's that? And I got on their calendar, and they told me I needed to get a master's. And so that sort of set my course. From the time I was a freshman, I was like, I'm going to be a hospital administrator. Yeah.
Look at you. That's exciting. Not a lot of people have that course where they just say, that's what I'm going to do.
I agree. And so I've had the great privilege of working in a lot of children's hospitals across the country. All Children's is certainly my favorite. It is a wonderful organization.
So you obviously travel a lot around
Yep.
and go to you said you came to one of your new offices here in Wesley Chapel when you came up for the
Yeah,
podcast.
we opened a brand new location, which are some of the providers that will actually eventually be at the Wesley Chapel campus. So we're hiring individuals right now to start staffing some of these clinics. So it's actually in Lutz, so not too far from here,
Mhm.
about 12-minute drive from here. And yeah, we've got 4 new providers who are working there. And so we'll continue to grow. And if we need to add more space before we open, we will do that. But yeah, it's a very exciting.
So let's talk about back to the hospital. When I know construction has started, the groundbreaking was last week. I
Right.
had to miss it.
Oh, no, it was a lot of fun.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the pictures, but we had colored sand that matches our logo colors. It was pretty impressive.
I saw it, and I saw an empty shovel, so I'm gonna Photoshop myself in it.
Perfect.
Because I don't miss groundbreakings like that very often.
Yeah.
I had an unfortunate situation that I was not able to attend, but I'm gonna be there.
Yep. It was a lot of fun. So certainly.
So it takes a lot to build a hospital.
Sure does.
How long before you start seeing patients? What's the goal?
Yeah. So we will be open in the fall of 2027. So it will take us a couple of years to build that out and open it. The construction should wrap in the summer, but it will take us a few months from that point to end of summer, for a few months to really activate the campus. But we will be fully open in the fall of 2027.
And I've learned a lot about hospitals, given the fact that we have 4 now and they've come out of the ground. And it also takes a little while for you guys to get the credentials from the insurance companies and Medicaid and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So can you talk to me a little bit about that? Because I love learning this process, because people think, oh, you open your doors today, but you've got months.
There are a lot of steps that take a lot of time. Obviously, licensing a hospital with ACA and the Joint Commission, who is a regulatory body that looks at our sort of make sure the care we're providing is appropriate and safe. Those organizations take a long lead time to really get up and set up with, and they go through every stage of our drawings, and then they'll eventually do a survey before we open, and then right after we open. So there's a whole regulatory process that takes really years to accomplish. And then, of course, managed care or the insurance companies are another piece of that. We have great relationships with payers. We are already talking to them about our new campus and how we can simply add this campus onto our contracts and those sorts of things. But that will take time as well, really over a year again. So it's a lot of work to get a facility up, just from the ability to accept patients and the insurances that they have, as well as, of course, the regulatory licenses and that sort of seal of approval to open. But it'll be a process for sure.
Well, what I love about you guys is, as soon as the announcement was okay to be made,
Yeah.
you literally sent teams out here
Yeah.
to Wesley Chapel to get involved in the community.
Right.
And I think that's a great testament to building that brand.
Yeah.
And it's a new brand in our community.
Yeah. So this is not Johns Hopkins All Children's St. Petersburg. This is Johns Hopkins All Children's Wesley Chapel. And so we are part of this community. We will be part of this community. We will build those relationships. We will meet the needs that this community says, hey, this is what we need from our pediatric provider. So this isn't, it's like sort of an import of a brand. It really is about developing what this community needs. And so we're excited to meet those needs.
And I sat in on a joint session with all of the hospitals last month. I think it's every 3 years you do the needs assessments and the community
health and needs assessment. Yep.
And it was so eye-opening to see the projections of the demographics and how they are changing. And Wesley Chapel itself is younger.
Yep.
It's because of all the children that we have here. I think it's 37 and a half with 2.5 kids is the median age and family size for Wesley Chapel.
Absolutely. And I think that community health needs assessment is really an important component of the work we do. We are a mission-driven organization. We are a nonprofit organization. A lot of the kids that come to us will actually be on Medicaid, so they'll be maybe underinsured, you might call it. So we want to make sure that what we're creating is access for all kids. And so we work really hard to provide that and to make sure that we reinvest every dollar that we generate above our operating costs back into the mission, and 100% of it back in. So again, this will be a continuation of that, but it is really who we are. Is our tagline is, and it's 100% true, all we do, all for kids.
I love that. Some hospitals are nonprofit organizations, and people say, oh my gosh, they're making a huge profit. But part of that nonprofit regulation is you do have to invest it back in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually provide over $70 million a year of what we call community benefit. So again, some of the times when the payers are not paying, or so maybe Medicaid doesn't pay quite what it costs to provide the care, the amount of money we invest in research, we do a lot of community programs that really have no ability to get paid. But we think it's really important to advocate for kids. We think it's important to have programs that are really designed to improve child health. So that is certainly things that we pay for that maybe don't have a return. And so that is that $76 million, it's around $76 million a year we're providing back to the community.
That I think the hospitals need to tell that story.
I agree.
A little bit more, just so that people know that the money that while you're a nonprofit, you are reinvesting it and wisely.
And I think when you look at Wesley Chapel, that is a testament to reinvestment. We are taking money that we have been putting aside for a project like this, and we're going to reinvest in the children of Pasco County and the greater Pasco County area, and we're going to invest in the children of Florida. And so yes, we generate a margin, so we are above our operating expense, but that is 100% put back into the community and in programs and services.
So if people wanted to see the renderings and the drawings for our new hospital here in Wesley Chapel, where could they go to find that?
We have them on our website. Okay. We will be launching some more media sites here shortly that will really help make that easier. But right now, if you go to our website, you'll see some links that will have some of the pictures of the actual process. And as we get further down the road, we'll have a camera, et cetera, so people can pay attention to what's being built.
That's cool. We can watch it in real time.
Watch it in real time.
And then you guys can speed it up and have like the whole building of I love those.
Yep. So we will be doing that.
Very cool. Well, Justin, we thank you for not only coming to Chamber Chatter, our podcast here in our beautiful Emery's Rocks Realty studio, but coming to Wesley Chapel and investing in our community and bringing the healthcare that we all desperately want to have, world-class healthcare right here in our community. Yeah. So we thank you.
Yeah, well, we are excited to partner to bring that healthcare and to develop that healthcare again with this community. But I would just like to say the Chamber and the families and the community organizations, it has been such an overwhelming welcome. It's really been fantastic. And so I would just like to say thank you to the entire community for embracing this. We are excited to come here. And again, we will be your partner in making sure children stay healthy.
That's great. Our community is amazing. I love it here. Everybody, no one's from here. So we're all kind of like a family together. And it's just awesome to watch this community grow.
Yeah, and I adore coming up here. It is a great place. So it seems like it's new things are opening every day, and it's a great quality of life. So it's great.
Maybe you'll be moving up here.
Maybe.
I know. It's a good place to live, work, and play.
That's right. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Justin. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you again throughout the process.
Love it. Thank you. Yeah. Have a great day.
All right. Thanks. You too.
Well, that was pretty painless.